Even in my childhood, I knew this ad was special. And nowadays, I talk to friends and even they still remember it. But what makes this ad so memorable? The ad hits you right from the get-go. I can only think of a few songs that create such a response as this song. Although, perhaps, maybe. That's for another time. No matter what volume RT was placed on, you could always hear this song reverberating through the bones of our house, permanently etching itself into my brain. This amazingly detailed song is laid by its visuals of extreme sports such as surfing, skateboarding, dirt biking, and women. Wait. That brings us to the next part of the commercial, the overt sexualization. And not just of the women, but of everything. How everything has to be the best, the most amazing. The experience! What the commercial tries to sell you is this world of coolness and the life that the people in this ad have. It sets this impossibly high bar of an energized and full life, which for me, as a 9-year-old, was razzed. That's probably one that I can use. Looking at the piece from an older age, however, it just feels shallow and empty. I mean, I may look like a dirt bike racing, surfing, skateboarding woman, but in actuality, I'm not. Now going back and analysing the text, there isn't really that much there. There isn't any complex language, it isn't really newsworthy, or impacted wider than the local area. I mean, with any Google result, there's only 500 responses. Most of them just saying what location the stores are at. There's nothing to do with the commercial. However, it is still significantly sought after, as is the production company's most viewed video on YouTube, and one of their oldest. So why? What does that have? Mainly I believe it's the gender they're reaching for, and the age of their target audience, all mixed together with the visuals already discussed. The ad's demographic wouldn't have been a 9-year-old me, but the youth of the Southwest region. Most of the people in the ad were young and beautiful, and they tried to establish the Southwest as the same. By doing this, they hoped to connect their store with this image, and bring people in to try and have them replicate in their own lives this world that the ad created. Then there's the gender identity of the commercial. In terms of the sports, they're all men who are clearly experts in the field, making it look easy. The female inclusion is only of the women walking out of the surf, not doing any of the sports. Which is wild because Australian surfing in the female domain was incredible at the time with multiple world championships. So why restrict it to just women looking beautiful? All this pushes the audience down a very narrow path. All this pushes the audience down a very narrow path. Straight men who are thrill seekers. The visuals of this commercial mainly consist of two things: the images themselves, which we've discussed, and the text, which is layered over the top. The text emphasizes the lyrics of the music. All this combined creates a hyper-masculine and athletic identity for the commercial itself. So after all these years, what do I think of the Hilzeez commercial? Well, on the most basic level, it's an entertaining ad that's different from most others that you see on TV. That really captivates its audience and sells itself as a place to purchase surfing apparel. However, at a deeper point of view, this ad is a conglomeration of hypermasculinity and sense-crushing media. With blaring music and punching text, it feels like the only way to become one of these cool guys is to follow the path that Hilzeez sets out. It is also extremely targeted and misogynistic, as the only footage of females comes from eye candy purposes. This leaves us with a shallow ad that puts pressure on teenagers to replicate what they're seeing. So, Hilzeez. It has no depth, it's extremely misogynistic and stereotypical, but is it a good ad? Well, if you ask any 9-year-olds, hell yeah it is. Hilzeez! Down south! Surf shop!